Let's talk profit. The majority of retreat leaders want to make a profit from their retreat. Some people want to offer them out of the kindness of the heart, and while I understand the sentiment of wanting to make a retreat accessible to those in need, the reality is this. There's lots of costs to keep in mind for a retreat that you don't want to bear, and leading a retreat requires a lot of energetic and emotional output. Without proper compensation for your services, it's easy to become resentful, and the truth is, you're going to offer better service when you know you're going to be well compensated. There's no reason why you shouldn't earn $10,000 or more for your retreat. It's completely achievable, and you need to keep two things in mind. Calculate all of your base costs or hard costs, which are the bare minimum you need to make the retreat happen. Lodging, food, shuttle, taxes, excursions, tips, gift bags, travel. And your desired profit, which you add on top. We must make sure that you are not losing money when calculating base costs. And we also don't want to come out breaking even for the sake of trying to give people the best price possible. We don't want to just wing it with the pricing. We want to be precise about the numbers that we come up with. When I price my retreats, I like to start based off the minimum number of people I need to launch the retreat, or the minimum number of people that I need to have my lodging taken care of. If I get more than that minimum, I do very well. So when I base my pricing off the minimum number of people I need, I do so with the goal to earn at least $10,000, and your goal might be higher. If my retreat lasts 7 days and I'm on for 12 hours a day, that equates to just under $120 an hour. I'm on from my 8 a.m. class through the 8 p.m. dinner, being the leader and the holder of the space. I want to be compensated well for that time. It's one of the only times in my life where I'm earning $120 an hour. Who wouldn't want that? You also need to consider all the time that you put into planning, creating, and preparing for your retreat. Let's take a moment to discuss expenses. I personally make my retreats all-inclusive, meaning participants only need to secure their travel to the location. Everything else is taken care of. I suggest considering this approach as it simplifies things from a marketing perspective. Attendees will be more interested if they know all costs are covered, eliminating any unexpected expenses. An all-inclusive price makes it impossible for them to dissect the costs and make any judgment about your profit. Working with a retreat venue often simplifies the process. Venues should provide a rate that includes meals, lodging, access to rooms or spaces for sessions, and shuttle service. Be aware of any extras not included in that rate. You can do that by simply just asking. Adding 3 meals a day for a week-long retreat is worth considering. Knowing meals are covered eases the attendees concerned about meal costs and logistics. Be sure to get all costs, including taxes, lodging, shuttle service, meals, and excursions in writing. If necessary, include transportation costs for any of the excursions. If you're planning a retreat at a boutique hotel, you should be able to obtain a detailed final quote. However, if the retreat is at a private villa, there will be more to figure out and additional people to get quotes from because you're hiring everyone independently. There's a lot of moving parts this way, and there's a lot of room for errors, so it's crucial to be attentive. I've included a sample pricing sheet in this module to help you calculate costs. I calculated it based off the number 8 as if nothing were included and I needed to add everything in, so you can see what that would look like. After determining base costs or the minimum number needed, I'll figure out what I would need to add on top for my profit based off the minimum amount of clients that I need. So if my intention is to make $10,000 and I need a minimum of 8 people to make this retreat happen, I'll add on $1,250 for my profit. You could certainly charge less, especially if your clientele is younger and just starting out, or more if your clients are older and more established. Let's say my base costs or hard costs come out to $1,500, and I add on my profit of $1,250. The price would sell to my clients as $2,750. Now, if I offer a $500 early bird special, would I take that $500 from my profits and sell it as an early bird price of $2,250? I used to do this, but as time has gone on, I've become more confident in myself and my offerings. I don't do that anymore, and I encourage you not to do that either at this point. If my base rate and my profit price is $2,750 and I offer a $500 discount, I would sell that as $3,250. So their early bird incentives doesn't cut into my desired profit. This is why your sales page needs to be convincing about the value that you're offering. It must clearly state the retreat's benefits and the transformation your attendees can expect. When your sales page is convincing, people don't have a problem pulling out their cards to sign up. My clientele is primarily middle-aged with moderate income level, so I'm aware of my pricing limitations. The most they would typically pay is around $3,000 to $3,500, so I seek venues where the base cost per person falls within the $1,500 to $2,000 range. I have a client in Connecticut who has very affluent clientele, and she priced her retreat between $4,000 and $5,000. I know of a woman in LA leading small transformational group experiences for $8,000. So knowing your audience is important when it comes to picking your venue and pricing your retreat, but also be sure not to project your ideas about money onto them. Think about how much you want to profit from your retreat before doubting your worth. Calculate a price that includes base costs and your profit markup, including early bird specials, and then assess how comfortable that number feels. If you need to make adjustments to your pricing, do so after you've added together your base cost, desired profit, and early bird pricing. So if you make your pricing cheaper, you know what you're taking away from.